This is what's left of the town of Jabalia after more than 200 Israeli airstrikes. And now its residents are returning to this wasteland. This woman seeking order amid the chaos by neatly folding her children's clothes, strewn across the rubble of her home. These Israeli troops have just withdrawn. They say they've killed hundreds of Hamas fighters, destroyed several miles of tunnels, and recovered the bodies of 7 dead hostages. But some 125 are still missing, and this is the second time the Israelis have fought Hamas here. So Joe Biden is hoping to persuade Israel's leader that time has run out on his scorched earth strategy, going public on an Israeli peace plan to cajole Benjamin Netanyahu into accepting it, even though Hamas has not been destroyed.
I know there are those in Israel who will not agree with this plan and will call for the war to continue indefinitely. Some are even in the government coalition. Well, I've urged the leadership in Israel to stand behind this deal, despite whatever pressure comes.
Phase 1 of the plan involves a 6-week ceasefire in which the Israelis would partially withdraw. There'd be an exchange of some Israeli hostages for Palestinian prisoners and a surge in humanitarian aid. Phase 2 would see a permanent end to the fighting, the final exchange of Israeli hostages for Palestinian prisoners, and a complete Israeli withdrawal. Phase 3, the remains of dead hostages returned to their families, and a plan to rebuild Gaza with foreign aid.
I hope Hamas take this opportunity to conclude the deal that's on the table, which will ensure that the hostages can be released and be back with their families, that we can flood Gaza with far more aid than has been getting in, and then use that pause in the fighting to build a sustainable and lasting peace, which is what we all want to see.
But Hamas has broadly welcomed the plan, while Mr Netanyahu has tweeted that Israel's conditions for ending the war have not changed, including the destruction of Hamas. Israel's Prime Minister addressed both houses of Congress back in 2015. Now both sides of the aisle, even angry Democrats, are inviting him back for a repeat performance. Another political prize is that President Biden never uttered the words Palestinian state last night. But still, Netanyahu's coalition could collapse if he agrees to anything which looks like surrender. What's clear is that the Americans have had enough of scenes like this in their own election year, and that whenever peace comes, it will be foreign governments picking up the tab for making Gaza livable again.